The front door clicks shut. Rachel and Derek step off the porch, keys jingling as they head to the car. The engine starts, fades, then silence. Inside the house, the air holds still for a moment. Then the sound of nails tapping on hardwood echoes down the hallway. Two dogs remain behind. Bruno, older and graying, curls up in his usual spot near the bedroom door. Milo, the younger one with bright eyes and boundless energy, trots toward the living room. The pet camera mounted near the ceiling hums quietly to life. It captures a peaceful scene, soft light through sheer curtains, chew toys scattered across the floor, and Milo staring curiously up at the lens. At first, nothing's out of the ordinary. Milo paces once around the coffee table, sniffs the air, then glances back toward the hallway. He circles, then stops. Slowly, he sits, right in front of the camera, ears perked, tail still. He lets out one short bark, sharp, focused. Another bark follows, louder this time, rising with tension. Suddenly he turns and bolts out of frame. Silence. 10 seconds pass. The living room stays still, undisturbed. Then Milo returns, faster this time. His tail twitches, mouth open, panting with short, shallow breaths. He hops halfway onto the couch, barks again. Not playful, not curious. It's different now. Urgent. He drops back to the floor and vanishes toward the hallway again. Back, bark, gone. Back, whimper, bark, gone. Milo repeats this loop, more frantic with each return. Every time he reappears, he glances back over his shoulder toward Bruno's room, then barks at the camera, as if begging it to notice, as if he knows someone is watching. And someone is. Rachel's phone buzzes against her palm as she reaches for a jar of pasta. The screen lights up. Motion detected. Barking alert. She squints at the feed. "Milo's acting weird," she says to Derek. "Really weird." Derek looks over. Is it just barking? Or? She holds up the phone. On screen, Milo is barking directly into the camera. His tail is stiff, his posture tight. He runs out of frame again. Rachel rewinds the feed a few seconds. Milo bursts back into view. This time, he crouches low to the floor, growls softly, then sprints away once more. He's trying to get someone's attention. Rachel's brow tightens. Where's Bruno? Derek leans in. Did he just growl at the camera? Milo returns again, but this time he doesn't bark. He stares, ears flat, eyes locked into the lens. It's not a tantrum. It's a signal. The bark that follows isn't playful or curious. It's a cry for help. And something, somewhere in that house, is very, very wrong. Milo disappears into the hallway again, nails skittering on the hardwood. The living room falls eerily silent. Only the hum of the refrigerator breaks through the quiet. The pet cam's red light blinks, watching, waiting. Rachel stares at her phone. He keeps leaving and coming back, like he's trying to get us to look at something. Derek leans over her shoulder. Switch cameras. Rachel swipes to the hallway feed. For a moment, it lags. Then the screen flashes to life. Milo is in the hallway, standing stiffly, tail raised, body blocking something just off screen. His ears are pinned back. He lets out a low, distressed whimper. He looks back down the hallway and then sprints back toward the living room again. Rachel bites her lip. Okay, that's not normal. Derek frowns. Where's Bruno? She doesn't answer immediately. Her finger trembles as she rewinds the camera feed 10 seconds. Milo appears again on screen, pacing, barking, then darting down the hallway. The camera catches a flash of movement on the edge of the frame. A dark shape, something on the floor. Rachel rewinds again, slower this time. The image buffers, then clears. And her stomach drops. Bruno is collapsed on his side near the bedroom door, legs twitching violently. His body jerks once, then again, in sharp, uncontrolled spasms. His mouth is foaming. His eyes are wide, vacant. Rachel's breath catches in her throat. "Oh my God," she whispers. "Bruno's having a seizure." Derek grabs the phone, staring at the footage in disbelief. How long has he been like that? Milo rushes into frame again. He whines, nudges Bruno's side with his nose, circles him twice, then bolts back down the hallway toward the camera, barking the entire way. "He's been trying to show us," Rachel says, her voice breaking. "He was trying to tell us something was wrong." Derek's already pulling the car keys from his pocket. "We're going, now!" Back on the feed, Milo reappears. He barks straight into the camera again, then sits, tail twitching, head tilted slightly to one side. His breathing is heavy. He doesn't move. He just stares. Rachel flips to the living room cam one more time, and there he is. Milo stands frozen in the middle of the room, then slowly, deliberately, he turns his head back toward the hallway again. The sound he makes next isn't a bark, it's a desperate, high-pitched yelp. Long, mournful, then silence. Rachel and Derek rush out of the store, shopping cart abandoned mid-aisle. They're already dialing the vet, explaining the emergency as they sprint across the parking lot. Inside the house, Milo has gone back to Bruno. He lies down beside his older friend, curling his body protectively around him. His nose presses gently into Bruno's neck. His tail doesn't wag. His eyes never leave him. He waits and prays in the only way a dog knows how. Rachel's hands shake as she taps the screen, switching from hallway cam to the bedroom feed. The video buffers for a second, then reveals a terrifying sight. Bruno is lying on his side, legs rigid and kicking in short, violent bursts. Foam collects at the corner of his mouth. His jaw clenches, releases, then clenches again. His eyes are wide open but unfocused, staring into nothing. His whole body spasms uncontrollably. "No, no, no," Rachel whispers. Her voice is hollow, eyes wide with panic. Milo darts into the frame. He rushes to Bruno's side and tries to nudge his friend awake with his snout. He paws gently at Bruno's chest, then lets out a high-pitched whimper. Bruno doesn't respond. Milo circles him again, frantic now. He licks Bruno's face. His tail is rigid. Then, without hesitation, he sprints out of the room. Rachel rewinds the footage. He was doing this the whole time. Milo kept running between Bruno and the living room. Derek's already pulling open the car door. "Call the vet. Tell them we're coming. I'll get us there faster." Back at home, Milo returns to the living room. He plants himself right in front of the pet cam. He barks one time, loud and sharp. He runs out of view, then back again. He whines this time. His head tilts. His ears twitch. He's shaking. He runs to the hallway. He returns and stares into the lens again. This time, he doesn't bark. He simply sits, still, eyes wide, mouth closed, just watching. Rachel watches too. Milo's eyes look directly into hers through the screen, like he knows she's there, like he's waiting. Then he vanishes. Rachel flips back to the bedroom cam. Milo is lying beside Bruno now, his small frame pressed against the larger dog's chest. Bruno is still seizing, his limbs flinching with every wave of muscle contraction. Milo gently places one paw across Bruno's neck, as if trying to hold him still, as if to protect him. Rachel's voice breaks as she speaks into the phone. "Yes, he's seizing. Our older dog. He's having a seizure, and we're 10 minutes away." Derek speeds through the intersection, hazard lights flashing. "Tell them to prep the crash cart, just in case." The vet's assistant confirms. They'll be ready. Back on the cam, Milo rises. He licks Bruno's face again, his tongue trembling. Then he lets out a broken yelp, short, strangled, desperate. He races back to the living room, and again he looks into the camera. But this time he doesn't bark. He howls, long, guttural, heart-wrenching. Then silence. Bruno lies motionless. Milo lowers his head and lets it rest on his front paws, eyes never leaving his friend. His ears fall back. He waits in that stillness, quiet, alert, and full of something that looks a lot like hope. And for the first time, the house doesn't feel empty. It feels like a battlefield. One soldier fallen, the other refusing to give up. Tires screech out of the grocery store lot. Rachel's hand trembles as she grips the dashboard, phone pressed to her ear, the vet's receptionist on speaker. "We're about 12 minutes out," she says breathlessly. "Bruno's mid-seizure. He's not stopping. Please be ready." "We'll be waiting," the woman assures. "Keep him warm if you can. Stay calm. You're doing great." Rachel hangs up. Her voice cracks. "He's not going to make it if this goes on much longer." Derek presses harder on the gas. "He will. Milo's with him. He's holding on." Back at home, Milo lies beside Bruno, his body curled tightly into his friend's side. Bruno's twitching has slowed, but his breathing is shallow, erratic. His legs twitch now only in intervals. Every 10 seconds, like a ghost of the seizure, still echoes through him. Milo lifts his head, licks Bruno's face again. He lets out a low, whimpering growl, almost inaudible. Then he stands. He walks 3 paces toward the hallway, stops, and returns. He lies down again, nose to Bruno's chest. The camera captures every second of it. Rachel watches from the passenger seat, tears silently falling. He won't leave him. He knows, Derek says, he's keeping him safe. Every red light feels like a death sentence. Every second stretches like an hour. Rachel dials the vet again. ETA 7 minutes. Derek doesn't respond. His jaw is tight, knuckles wide around the steering wheel. The house is silent, but the energy inside is electric. Milo stands again. This time, he walks toward the front door. He stares at it for a long moment, ears perked, body still. Then he barks, one time, sharp, focused, and then again. He paces the entryway, circles once, then returns to Bruno, lying back down, tail twitching with anxiety. He doesn't understand why they haven't come back yet, but he knows they're close. Rachel and Derek turn the final corner, speeding down their street. As they pull into the driveway, Rachel flings the door open before the car even stops moving. She sprints up the steps and fumbles with the key. "Milo!" she calls out, her voice cracking. "Milo, we're here!" A bark erupts from inside. Rachel bursts through the door, Derek close behind. Milo is already in the hallway, barking with relief. He sprints to Rachel, then immediately dashes back down the hallway. He's leading them. They follow, and then they see him. Bruno lies in a heap on the floor, his breathing shallow, his eyes barely open. Milo sits beside him, his ears flattened, body tense. He lets out a low moan as Rachel kneels beside Bruno, placing trembling hands on his chest. "He's alive," she whispers. "Oh my God, he's still alive." Derek crouches down, lifting Bruno gently into his arms. Bruno's head lolls, his chest rises, barely. Rachel grabs a blanket. Milo follows them every step as they run out the door and back to the car. The back seat becomes a mobile ICU. Milo sits pressed against the passenger seat, his eyes fixed on Bruno. Rachel reaches over and strokes his head. "You saved him, baby. You saved your brother." Milo doesn't wag his tail. He just stares and waits. The vet pushes the door open with urgency. Rachel and Derek rush inside, Bruno cradled in Derek's arms like a lifeless bundle of fur. Milo follows close behind, his nails tapping across the tile floor, too anxious to stay still. A tech sweeps Bruno onto a gurney. How long ago did it start? 15 minutes, Rachel gasps. Maybe longer. He's been seizing, he hasn't stopped. The staff disappears behind swinging doors. Rachel sinks into a chair. Derek sits beside her, elbows on knees, hands clasped so tightly they're turning red. Milo paces in frantic loops. He lets out a whimper. He doesn't want to sit. He doesn't want water. He just wants to go back there, with Bruno. After what feels like hours, but is only 23 minutes, the vet returns. "He's stable," she says. "It was close, but your boy's a fighter." Rachel gasps out a sob. Derek exhales, head dropping into his hands. Then Milo barks, sharp, short, almost triumphant. The vet smiles, and I'm guessing we have him to thank. Later that day, Bruno rests under warm blankets at the clinic, His breathing is slow and steady. He's not fully awake, but he's safe. Rachel sits beside him, hand on his paw. Derek films quietly on his phone. Across the room, Milo lies curled up on the tile floor, his eyes finally closed. He doesn't know he's about to become a hero. That night, Rachel uploads the security footage. Milo barking at the camera, running between rooms, trying to alert them. She shares the backstory in the caption, barely able to type through the tears. The video spreads fast. By morning, it's everywhere. Hero dog saves. Brother from Seizure. Watch this dog beg his owners to come home. The reason will break you. He knew something was wrong, and he refused to give up. Comments flood in. My dog once did the same. I never realized how aware they are. Installing a pet cam today, this gave me chills. Dogs are more than pets. They're protectors. They're family. Veterinarians chime in, trainers, pet safety advocates. The story strikes a nerve. It doesn't just go viral, it opens eyes. People start asking questions. How often are seizures missed while owners are out? How many pets try to sound the alarm but aren't heard? What if you could save a life just by noticing? Milo's actions do more than save Bruno. They spark a conversation. By the end of the week, 3 local shelters report an uptick in pet camera adoptions. One vet clinic starts offering seizure response guides for pet owners. Rachel's inbox fills with messages of gratitude, hope, tears. She reads each one to Milo, who listens quietly, curled against her side. Bruno comes home 2 days later, weak but recovering. As he steps gingerly through the front door, Milo greets him with a soft whine and a slow tail wag. No jumping, no barking, just gentle presence. He walks beside Bruno to their shared bed, lies down, and finally lets his head rest. They're together again, and this time everyone is watching. Some say dogs just sense things, but what Milo did wasn't instinct. It was devotion. He didn't panic. He didn't give up. He asked for help the only way he knew how, and he never stopped trying until someone listened. Because to Milo, Bruno wasn't just a dog, he was family. And when one life was hanging by a thread, it was love and loyalty that pulled it back. If this story moved you, take a moment to hug your pets a little tighter today. Pay attention to their barks, their stares, their silence. You never know when they might be trying to tell you something important. Tell us, has your pet ever surprised you with something heroic or emotional? Share this story to spread awareness about recognizing medical emergencies in animals. Subscribe for more real, powerful animal stories that prove just how deep their hearts really go. Because sometimes the loudest cries for help come from the quietest heroes.